Hello everyone, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this Christmas card making I should say, tutorial. This is the lovely card we're making today. It's a Twisted Easel Card and it features the Peaceful Garden Suite from the Autumn Winter catalogue from Stampin Up. And I just love how simple and bright it is, and I love the sparkle from this lovely glimmer paper here. So let me show you how I made this twisted easel. It is very easy to make, but it still has that lovely wow factor. Okay, and you've got a nice space there to write your image if you so wish. Okay, so let's set that one aside out of harm's way, and we're going to start on our basic card. So here, last time we did Poppy Parade. This time I'm going to do Night of Navy, so much more tone on tone. So I've got a standard A6 card base here out of Night of Navy. That's an A4 sheet cut in half and then folded in half. And then on the inside here, I am going to put a piece of basic white cardstock. And this measures 14.35 centimeters by 10. All of these measurements, I should say, are on the blog post, and you can find the link to that in the description box below. So do check it out. You'll find there all the supply list as well. Okay. Right, so now we need to do a little bit of scoring. So I'm going to get out my trimmer. Put rid of my glue before I do something silly. Right, and we need to score a line. It's easier to show you on what I did. From the top corner to the inside corner. So if you can see here, we're going to score it like that. Okay, so I'm going to put this into my trimmer and I'm going to just line up the points with the trout. Just like that. And remember, your light grey blade is your scoring blade. Don't press too hard. It's better to do it a few times than pressing too hard. Pressing too hard, you're likely to maybe go through the cardstock. You don't want to do that. Right, so now we need to fold on the score line. As you can see here, we're going to fold on that score line backwards and forwards to create our twisted easel. So I'm just going to give it another good burnish there. Right. Set that aside again. With the other bits, here they are. I keep on moving the cardstock, the paper, but something seems to be sticking to it. My grid paper. Anyway, I have a piece of Night of Navy cardstock, and this is just a quarter of an A4 sheet. To it, I am going to stick a piece of basic white cardstock this time, same size as the insert, just slightly different from my original. And this is just because I want my paper to really pop against this Night of Navy. And this is the Peaceful Garden Suite, and this is this different size here we're going to use, a different piece here. And I'm actually going to cut this down slightly because I didn't do that. So this piece is going to get cut down to 9.5 centimeters by 13.85 centimeters, which is roughly around there. Okay, and this just gives a little bit of a border, and I think it's going to look really nice popped up against the white. So let's do that. Yeah, I really like that. No, but not wonky like that. I should try and straighten this out a bit. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. And then this needs to attach to our front of our card. So I'm going to put glue, instead of on the card, I'm going to put it down here on the base. And I'm just going to put it in this bottom triangle here, making sure I keep it below that score line. And then I'm just going to layer one on top of the other. Line everything up more. Line everything up nicely. Give it a good press down. And then if you've done properly, you should look at your start of your easel there. Okay. If you want, you can go in now and just give it another burnish. There's got something attached to it, it just helps it to really stand up. And we're going to put a little stopper so it will stand up nicely. So we're going to set that aside. That's our base sorted. Now it's time to do some stamping. So I've got a scrub here of basic white cardstock, and I'm going to stamp it in Night of Navy ink again. And the sentiment I'm going to use is, let me see where it is now. This is the stamp set, I should say, that goes with the whole suite, Peace on Earth. I'm not going to use this one today, but I just wanted to show it to you that this is the matching stamp set here. The stamp set I'm going to use, though, is this one called Traditional Labels. We're going to do Merry Christmas here. And I'm actually going to just bring in my stamping tool to do this, so that it just makes life a little bit easier for me. So let's just cut some of this off here at the base. There we go. Put that in there. Save all my scraps. Who else is like that? Saves every little bit of scrap. Put your hand up if you do that as well. I can't be the only one. Alright, let's put some Merry Christmas in here. Try and get it as straight as possible. You don't want it to look drunk. Just, yeah, it'll do. Tap, tap, tap in Night of Navy. Give it a little push down. Perfect. Right, let's clean up before we stick something in that stamp and lose all our hard work, because I think we've all done that before. Spent ages making something and then we put it down somewhere and we don't realise it's not that there's some stamp set or there's something with ink on it, and all our hard work is smudged and we don't want that. So that is our stamping. Now we're going to cut this out using, we are actually going to use the matching dies, Peace on Earth dies, and use this nice large one here to cut out Merry Christmas. And I'm going to cut these two out of, and these stars out of some glimmer paper, and I'll be back. Okay, so I've cut everything out so we can start to stick down. So here's our sentiment, and I put some dimensionals on the back already and taken the backings off. So we can stick that down in the centre around there. And then we can have our little birdie come here. Now, I wanted to show you, I'm only going to put dimensionals, not all over my birdie, because I want it to look as if it's taking flight. So I'm only going to use one there on the main body and one on the thing. So you can see here, it actually die cuts all of the wings separately. So I want to fluff those up and give it some dimension. It is a very dimensional card, obviously, being a fun fold through Twisted Easel. And then I'm just going to put this roughly around there. Let those fluff up. And then we want for our stopper inside. Now this, I'm not going to put a huge amount of dimension again. I'm going to use a dimensional though, so we get a nice stopper. And I'm just going to put the one, and then again just using a couple of baby ones for the body, so the wings can flap around, so to speak. Okay, so let's get rid of those. Give them a push down. You'll find if you just give your dimensionals a little push, a little bit of a squeeze before you try and take the backings off. Backings come off ever so more easily because, as I've said many a time, all adhesive is pressure earth sensitive. So now decide where you want your easel to go, and I think about there is fine. So when it goes like when it's lying flat, it's like that, and then you lift it up, and you can see there we are. So let's put a flap down for now. Okay, I found the last die. It was hiding in the die. Now I'm just going to put a little pop of what do you call the stuff? Tombow is the name. In 3 places. We use my sticky pickup tool. And I'm just going to place my stars where I want them. And this like helps the sentiment look so empty. Just gives it something. And there you go. So you can tell me which you prefer, the Night of Navy or the Poppy Parade. So there you go. That's how you make a Twisted Easel Christmas card. I hope you've enjoyed this Christmas card making tutorial. If you're wanting more information about the supply list, the measurements, etc., it's all on the blog post, and the links to that and all my social media links are in the description box below. If you have enjoyed it, please do give that a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.